If this is your first time joining our webinar presentations, welcome. We hope to answer your questions. Hopefully everyone can learn something today. I know I learned something every webinar Wednesday with the questions that you guys ask. I'll be your host today, Jason Haloossim, one of the co-founders here at Brilliant Directories. And we're also joined, very lucky to have Patrick Brunelle with us today as well.
Thanks, Jason. Great to be here.
Those of you who aren't familiar with Patrick or who have not interacted with him, Patrick has a lot of strategy and knowledge about how to convert directory websites and membership websites a little bit better to get more paying members, get more members to sign up. So if you guys have ever done an audit with him, you know, it's just highly valuable, the information that he provides. So it's always great to have Patrick on these webinars with us. And I always like to mention, if you have not yet joined our free LinkedIn group, it's a marketing strategy network group for directory and membership website owners. If your question for some reason doesn't get answered in this presentation, you can always ask questions and start discussions in the LinkedIn group, and we'll carry the conversation there. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn. It's free to join. You just have to have a LinkedIn account. And I think we're pushing almost 1,000 members in that group. So it's really great to see the participation and to see the community grow there. So hopefully you can join us there as well. And I see a lot of familiar faces out there. If this is your first time joining us, I just want to help define the goal of Webinar Wednesdays. We really want to help you guys achieve success with your directory websites, whatever that success might be. It could be generating revenue. It could be you know, a nonprofit organization trying to accumulate more members and donors. It could be publishing content for a specific industry. But we really want you guys to succeed. And we know this, the software is very powerful. So you can ask any questions about marketing your website. If you're having trouble or have questions about designing your website, wondering how things work, how to generate more revenue or more leads through your website, all questions are welcome, and we're going to do our best, Patrick and I, to answer those questions for you. So we'll try to get to everyone's questions through the presentation. We'll do one question per person. And once we get through everyone, if there's more time, we'll do another round and go through more questions if you have additional ones. All right, and we have a fun contest of the week. It's super simple. All you have to do is go to our Twitter page. If you want, you can take a second to go there right now. Go to twitter.com/brilliantdirect. We have Gabe also in the webinar. He'll be posting that link in the chat for you guys. You can go to twitter.com/brilliantdirect. It's an awesome prize. You can win a free Power Website plan. That's a $1,500 retail value. Let me just show you guys where you need to go. You can go to twitter.com/brilliantdirect. And all you have to do, this first one up here, this pinned tweet, all you have to do is click the heart and click the retweet, and you'll automatically be entered to win the Power Website plan. If you guys are not familiar with that, a lot of you know it as our older full license plan. That's this pricing option here, the Power one-time payment. It's listed on our website for $1,500. And all you have to do is like and retweet that pinned post on our Twitter page. We'll choose a random winner in the next webinar, and we'll announce that winner, and we'll add the additional website plan to your account. So good luck, everyone. And if you want to just take a second to do that right now, I'll just wait 15 or 20 seconds, go to twitter.com, and then we'll continue. Looks like we got 6 hearts and 3 retweets already, so thanks for doing that, guys. And Gabe will post the link in the chat for you guys as well. All right. And today for 4 hours, just for the webinar attendees, you guys, we're going to have a promo code that's valid for 4 hours after the webinar ends. It's *40, and you guys can use it to purchase any products or items on the brilliantdirectories.com website. That'll give you 40% off the total price of your order. It can be for additional websites, website audits, SSL certificates, any of the add-ons. My favorite is joining the VIP add-ons club. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/VIP to learn more about that. And at 40% off, it's an awesome deal. If you're on the VIP add-ons club and you want to take advantage of that, we can upgrade you to the 40% off as well. Just do use the code. And yeah, it'll be available for 4 hours after the webinar. So we're calling it kind of like a flash sale. And just a couple announcements before we get into the question and answer section. We have a slew of updates coming out soon that have been in the works for Brilliant Directories. Some of them are related to updating the already updated billing system. Also releasing some new add-ons over the next few weeks, so we're excited about that as well. And tons of updates to stability, the server environment, and helping things load a lot faster, which helps with search engine optimization overall. So we have a really strong, dedicated team, always looking to improve the core of the software, not just what you see, but what's under the hood. So I really want to give a thank you and a shout out to the development team that we have working at Brilliant Directories, and also the support team. So as you guys know, you guys can email our support team anytime you want with how-to questions if something's not working, and we'll always do our best to resolve those issues for you. So thank you to the support team, thank you to the development team, and thank you to you guys for being such an awesome and amazing community and allowing Brilliant Directories to serve you guys and do our best to make your websites really shine. All right, now for the fun part, the open Q&A discussion. So this is your chance to ask any questions about your website, a general question about Brilliant Directories. It could be related to marketing, coding, design, and Patrick and I will do our best to answer those questions for you. Adam actually typed in his question as well. Is there a way to check for bad links and URLs via Brilliant Directories? So that's a really good question. Managing a website is something that needs to be tended to, and you want to make sure that all the links to your website are working properly. There is something called data decay. Over time, images might stop working, the URLs might change to certain pages, and you want to make sure that you're either redirecting those pages properly or you're deleting them from the internet altogether. And a really good tool to check if you have bad links to your website is actually Google Webmaster Tools. It's free. Let me just Google it real quick. And let me just log into my account here to show you guys what that looks like. So what you can do is once you're into Google Webmaster Tools, there's a section called Crawl and then Crawl Errors. And Crawl Errors, Adam, this will let you know if there's any pages that are not URL errors. And it's a really good indicator if Google's having trouble finding a page or a page doesn't exist anymore. And then you can take actions to redirect that page to the proper page or remove that page from your website altogether. What's really good about Brilliant Directories is there is a 301 redirect tool. So perhaps you don't want to delete the link because maybe you used it in marketing materials or it's linked in blog articles or elsewhere. So you don't want to get rid of the link, but you do want to redirect it to the correct updated web page now. So what you can do is under developers, there is a 301 redirect option, and you can create a new redirect from the old page to the page that you want it to go to. And that will correct any errors that Google found because the page that had an error is now redirecting to a valid web page. So that's a good question there, Adam, and I hope that helped answer your question for you. Yasif, I've unmuted your microphone. Are you with us?
Yes, I am. Thank you for inviting me on.
Absolutely.
I'm presuming you can hear me, which is great. I had a question around the map functionality on the classified pages, and I realize it works on the main category pages, but it doesn't seem to be there be an option for, say, for the property listings pages and the classified pages. It just seems to. I'm talking about.
Can we look at your site together and see if we can get that working?
Oh, totally. Yeah, that would be awesome. I'm not logged into my site, but I guess you can log in from there, can you?
Yeah, I can check out your site for you.
Okay, so the site is Find It, and then it's if you put, like you've got Los Angeles, but it's finditangeles.com, spelled that way. We're currently building the site. We're still working on it, so there's a few things that we're sort of working on, so it's not finished yet.
Gotcha. Let me check out your site for you.
Yeah, and there's probably lots of things that probably we haven't got around to doing yet. But if I show an example, if you click the first quick search option, if you scroll down just slightly, I can show you the front end.
All right.
Yeah, I suppose you could look here. So on the classified ads, can you see on the actually, go on. If you do it from the property listings, that's the best example, actually.
Okay.
Sorry.
Let's go to properties, I think.
Yeah, that's the one that generates the classified, I think, that particular.
Okay.
So can you see on the where your mouse is? If you just you see those, you don't have the map view option on classifieds for some reason, but
Gotcha.
you do have it for the other categories.
Yeah, you should have it there. Let me see about getting that for you.
Oh, okay. I thought that was just something where maybe the functionality wasn't there, but if it is there, that's awesome. And if I can quickly squeeze in one other point, it only seems to show the map pins for the first 10 results rather than the number of results you have. So I'm wondering if there's a setting to change that.
Yes, there is.
Oh, awesome.
So let me get the map here for you first.
Okay.
It should be showing. Which one is it working for? Which feature?
I'll show you. If you go to Edit Post Settings, I've figured out I'm figuring your software out slowly. Okay. And if you go scroll down, you see for Rent Angeles Papanga. So we're building a local directory. And if you click the edit there, if the options that's actually the one that's we've created a custom. We're going to create a custom page for every category we want to build, but we've just started testing it on this one.
Okay.
Oh, did you find it?
Yeah, so these are your property listings.
Yeah.
It should be, if there are posts that have addresses, it should show the map view.
There are geocodes in there, but I mean, if it's something I've got a full-time developer because I also run a job board business, and I've got a few different online businesses, and I'm really excited about building or using your platform to build the classified businesses that I want to build. So if it's something that my developer needs to do, can jump in. But because I know some of these things might need a little bit of PHP code sometimes to switch things on.
So it looks like this widget here, the Bootstrap, the grid view toggle, was customized on your site. I've just temporarily disabled it. I went to Actions, disable.
Oh, right.
Let me see if that troubleshoots the issue.
Okay. Because we've got it working. It works on the category. If I go in on the property view, it works, but for the classifieds, it just doesn't work for some reason.
Well, there it is for the members.
Yeah, so for the members it works, but for that one it doesn't for some reason. And it might be, I did build out a not-for-profit site, so I'm wondering if we inherited. We bought these licenses a while ago, so we might have we may have not updated all the code or taken all the updates or triggered them all. But I could always raise a ticket with support with that.
This is one of those things where the map should be showing here, like it's showing for your members. Why don't you email the support team, raise a ticket? I don't know why it's not showing there, but let me show you how you can get more results on the page.
Okay.
So the way to do that is, let me go here.
It'd be good if we could get all the pins in a because that would be a nice, especially for a property, just to sort of see where all the pins drop.
So in order to do that, the map will populate based on the page you're on, the results you're on. So what you can do is the results per page, you can increase this to, for example, 100 results per page. That way it will populate the map with, if there's 100 results per page, it'll populate it with 100.
Okay.
The more you add, though, it may slow down the page load because you're loading more images, more data, all that stuff. But you should be okay with 100, and then that'll show 100 pin drops on the map, which I think will be plenty for any of your users.
Yeah, I mean, I was hoping that there might be a way to kind of, because obviously if someone's looking at a city and where I can rent, then you can have all the pins on there. But there might, we may just, I don't, the thing about the page loads, right? I don't know if you've got, we might try and do lazy loading or something if the scope of the code allows us to do that. If we're able to go in and.
You are actually, that's a good point. I think that's one of the add-ons we're
was the one we're working on.
Yeah, one of the add-ons we're releasing is lazy load for search results. So, and then that'll help,
That'll help speed, yeah.
speed things up.
Well, then I'll wait for that. I think we'll go with the number of listings. If I know that's coming down the line, because these sites are always work in progress. They don't monetize immediately. You've got to put a lot of work in. So by the time we monetize, if we can, that'll be available. Then that's good to know. And I think for now, I'll do the workaround and maybe just load more results. I think most people refine their search anyway, so they'll probably have fewer results than 100 on the page. So I think it will suffice for now.
But here's a good point that in the search results, a lot of people may want to have more results per page. This is exactly where you can do it. So go to the type of post you want to edit, for example, properties, and you can do this for any type of post. Search results design, you can choose what the title of the page is, the results per page, and then if you're a coder, this is where you can control the head, the loop, and the footer of that search results page as well. So, all right, thank you for your question. Raise a ticket for that map icon not showing there. They'll definitely fix that for you right away.
Yeah, I'll probably try and squeeze in one more question before I go, but I'll probably type that one later. But yeah, okay. That's great for now. Thank you. That's really useful.
You're very welcome. Thanks for the question. All right, good question there from Yasif. Kathy, I've unmuted your microphone. How are you doing today? Where are you calling in from?
Dallas, Texas.
All right. Yeah, so it looks like you have a good question here. I'll let you ask that there.
Yeah, the real big popular thing is, and you guys know, I'm running a wedding guide and I'm competing against the big boys. And when my clients get reviews, there's kind of been a lot of things going on. They don't want to post their Facebook reviews, but the schema coding where the 5-star pops up, it's a little confusing, and I'd love to have that added where when somebody does a Google search for a wedding professional or somebody that's in one of my directories, that their reviews pop up with that yellow 5-star, 4-star, whatever that process is.
I know exactly what you're talking about. Can we take a look at your site and see if we can do that together?
Absolutely. And I know it's a quick thing, but I've gone and I understand the schema.org website, but it mostly connects to just specific products. So I know it gets confusing, but I think this is such a great way for us to drive traffic to all of our directories.
It is really good, and let me use your site as an example. And what I'm going to do is, some people I don't think might know what we're referring to, so I'll show them an example as well.
Perfect.
So what is your site?
It's eliteweddingguide.com.
Okay. And I'm going to actually add the code in there for you. I'll try. If it takes less than just a few minutes, I'll see if I can add that code in for you. Okay. So let's check out your site, and let's look at someone who has reviews.
Music with a K. Oh, there you go. Never mind. I got a lot of them. I'm big on encouraging them, but then, I have nowhere to say, hey, look, you're showing up.
Right. So with Brilliant Directories, consumers can come and leave reviews for your professionals, whatever you want to call them, feedback, testimonials, reviews, recommendations. So there's a few things with reviews, and what Kathy is referring to is this. Let me show you an example. Give me one moment. Let me just search best plumber. Give me one moment. Okay, you guys see these stars here? So this is the organic search results of Google. You guys see these stars here? These stars are showing here. So this is Yelp is optimized with the schema markup. Google chooses to show this, but you need to have certain code on your page to get this to show. So this is a company that has 57 reviews and has a 5-star rating. So how do you tell Google this information so that you get this, your website gets additional real estate in the search results? You can see how much more this stands out compared to these other ones, even though these ones are higher up. Looks like Yelp is dominating for this, by the way.
Yeah.
So there's something called schema markup. And what you can do, let me close down some of these tabs. And we did used to have this by default as part of the listings, but the problem was there's so many options with schema markup. People just wanted to go, those who knew about it just wanted to go in there and customize it to their liking. You can do schema markup for the professional, in this case Pam Torek, has 5 out of 5 ratings for 4 reviews. Or you can do schema markup for the individual reviews themselves, and the individual reviews will rank on Google. But in this case, what you want, I believe, is the overall rating for
I
your
think
member.
that's the best way, is the overall rating.
Right. Okay. So schema reviews company. I'm just going to Google schema review company, and I think I'm going to get a quick one here from Google. It's going to give us an example on how to do this. All you have to do is wrap certain content in some code. So this might be something good for the marketplace. Let me see, there should be examples here. See, there's all these different options just for reviews. So we decided to just leave it empty and leave it up to you know, the website owner. So these are for aggregate reviews. These are going to be the examples here. So let's see about companies. Review snippets for local businesses. This is the one we want, and this is the simple review. Rating type. Give me one more moment here. Okay. So here's an example. It looks like complicated code here, but all you have to do is, and let me send you a link, Kathy, because this is something for the marketplace, and it's something super simple the team can do for you. So you can go to marketplace.brilliantdirectories.com, search for any developers. This is like out of 1 through 10 for a developer, this is like a 2 or 3 difficulty level. So I'm going to put this in the chat here for everyone. The marketplace, where you guys can, for little projects like this, you can hire the developers. And I just want to show as an example. So they'll wrap the code, like the name of the business and all this stuff. See, it says schema review and then all this complicated stuff. But basically what it's doing is it's going to define a review. It's a restaurant, so you can, the type of business, and then the rating is 4 stars, and so on. So they're just going to put this type of code for the information of your member, and if they do it for one, it'll work for all of them. So this is just something they need to do once. So let me also send this link here, which is to Google's instructions. So you can, when you make your marketplace request,
yeah, I've already done all that, and it's just a quick code to add, and these guys are wanting to do like extra hours of work, so I'll figure it out. I mean, it's just too easy to have to hire somebody for like that kind of money. You know what I mean? I think this one's just a quick, simple project that I can do. The Google link is good. I've been there. So adding it is fine. I just wasn't sure which code to add. And I know it goes in the header, I believe.
No, so what you're going to do is you're going to, let me show the widgets. And once you add it, it's going to take some time for Google to show it in the results. It's not an overnight thing. So you want to edit this widget, the Bootstrap theme member profile header, and then all this stuff is just data that you can wrap the code around. So it looks like you already have that customized. And you just want to put it around the, here's your reviews. So these are, this is the area where the reviews are. So you can use this data here to wrap the information around.
Yeah, and I wanted to show you the reason why this is really important is we're a Google partner, and I'm sure that you guys are too. I don't know if you have seen what Google has done for the webmaster. I'm going to send you this link just to show this to you, because this is way cool. Once the schema coded is added to your directory, if you click on this link, you'll see that people like us with small directories can now submit our directory with that schema code, and we will show up on the Google card, whether it's one review or many reviews.
Gotcha.
You get that link. It's really cool. And so I think this is a great thing for people like us with, you know, the smaller reviews. In fact, the image that Google's showing on the phone, if you scroll down, they're showing like an alltrails.com where this guy has 4.2. See that? And one place, if you look at it, it's like Tarikaru or whatever. They only have one review, but it's starting to show up on the Google cards as reviews from the web. So we can actually submit our directories once that code is correct.
Amazing. Yeah. And it's such a simple thing to do. It just requires a little bit of the coding knowledge, but once you do that, I mean, you have the ability to do it. And yeah, so they're aggregating the reviews from your website for these businesses. That's
exactly what they're doing. And you just have to submit your website, you know, our directory link to get that on there. But it's such a great way to market our directories.
Absolutely. And then every business becomes basically a marketing beacon for you, getting the word about your site out there. So great. Yep.
So awesome. I appreciate your help. So it was the Bootstrap member profile header in the review areas where I add my code.
Correct.
Nope. That's all I really needed was where in the world on our directory do we add it?
Yep. You basically just need to wrap the 5 and the 4 with the data and the word rated, and that's all you need to do basically.
Yeah, and they have, if you Google, I believe it's like schema generator. You can, there's free stuff that'll help you generate your code. It's just, I wanted to know where it goes in our directory, so I appreciate your help.
Gotcha. It can go anywhere on this profile page, the bottom or the top. Google it just needs to be somewhere where Google can read it, basically.
And you're saying as long as I put it in that widget, that's going to show up on all my clients as a general review.
Yeah, because it's part of the page template now. So if they have reviews, it'll be wrapped in the schema markup code.
Oh, that's perfect. I appreciate your help. That's awesome.
All right, great question, Kathy. Thanks for joining us. All right, good question there. A little bit more on the dev side, but definitely good for search engine optimization and marketing your site and getting more visibility for your site. So great question there, Kathy.
I have a question here, Jason, from somebody that's asking about the article slider and how they can use the articles using the article slider. I don't know if you covered that one or if you'd like me to maybe jump in and show everyone real quickly.
Yeah. Looks like we lost Pat there. So what Pat was referring to was the article slider, and I'll show some examples here. If you guys are blogging on your website, we do have an add-on where instead of just streaming your articles like this on your homepage, you can actually select 5 specific articles and feature them at the top. You can position this anywhere on your homepage, but you can choose specific articles to feature on your site. So this is a great way to greet your website visitors with articles that you know are going to relate to them very well and are going to get a lot of clicks. I think Pat has a site that he manages himself, Costa Rica Tessel, and he uses the article slider here. This is a website where people can find English speaking classes or get trained to teach English, excuse me. So, and it's called Getting TEFL Certified. So Patrick is using this on his own directory, showing pictures of community and family and people having a good time, and also articles that really engage the website visitors right off the bat. And it's a great way to deliver photos and pictures to your website visitors right on your homepage. The best websites have really good high quality images that engage the website visitor, and that's going to keep the website visitor clicking through your website more and more. So if you guys are blogging and you think that you have content that you'd like to present first initially to your website visitor that's going to help get them engaged in your website more, let me just show you where that is on the Brilliant Directories website. It's one of the add-ons here. Hopefully we get Patrick back. So that is this add-on here, the featured blog article slider, and I'll share a link in the chat. There we go. If you guys check the chat, I've sent the link to the featured blog article slider. Lewis, are you with us, Lewis?
Yes. Yes, this is Lewis Carter from hrbusinessdirectory.com. How are you?
Good, Lewis. How's it going? Thanks for joining today.
Thanks for having me. I just had a question. A couple, actually, if I could. Very simple one about.
Let's start with your most pressing question first.
Yeah. I put on the under edit member product post publishing and select ratings. I actually selected it. However, if you go to hrbusinessdirectory.com, you'll see that the ratings are not showing.
Let's check that out together. All right, so let's check out your site here. So you're saying the option to write a review for members is not showing on their listing page, their profile page?
Right, so yeah, so if you click on one of them and then ratings, it's just not showing the ratings. Perhaps because they haven't rated yet. That's of course. However, there's no 5-star, and I selected it under the edit member product post publishing select ratings under the dashboard. So and it's just perhaps it's because they haven't gotten rated yet. But there's some that are live. And even those live ones don't show we're testing it. Yeah. You always delete the review.
Yeah. All right. Let's try it out. Okay. So the review's been posted. Let's check the notifications here. So he's got one new notification now. He's got a review to manage, and let's accept this review. All right, let's view the profile now. All right, so now we see the review here, and we have a tab here that says reviews. Here's the one I just posted. This guy rocks. So it looks like they just need to accept the review.
Got it. That makes good sense. So they come on, they accept the review, then we're all set. And then I can do some of the additional coding that the woman from Texas just recommended.
Now, since you brought this up, I want to show you some cool features that we have around accepting reviews, letting your members accept their own review. So in this case, this member was allowed to accept or delete this review. So they're getting like super control over their reviews. If they get a bad review, what are they going to do? They're just going to delete it, right? Why are they going to keep it online? But there is a feature here. Let me go to just, let me edit one of your, so this is your basic membership level. Let me just load this up here. So this is the product. It's a basic membership level. Under, let me see here, search visibility. Here it is, ability to accept and delete reviews. So if you set this to no, and it looks like you've done it for your basic, or it was already done like that, if you set it to yes, the member will be able to accept or delete good or bad reviews on their own. If you set it to no, the review will automatically be accepted by the system, or the admin can choose to publish it, but the member will not have any control to delete that review. So it's almost like Yelp, where you can't control it. You have to kind of flag a review or request for it to be removed if it's inaccurate. But this is an option that'll give your members motivation to upgrade to higher membership levels, where they do get more control over their reviews. So a lot of people use Brilliant Directories as a review site, and Kathy was just mentioning that on her Elite, the wedding guide site. So if maybe for your free members or your lower paying members, they can't accept or delete reviews, and they're going to get stuck with bad reviews. But if they pay to play, basically, they can choose to accept or delete their own reviews. And this is a feature everyone has on their Brilliant Directories website under the Bootstrap theme.
That's brilliant. So the search visibility is different for each member level. Is that true? And where is that under to change the search visibility?
Correct.
Member level?
So your basic. So let me actually talk about the search visibility. So we're editing the product for basic membership levels. So the basic membership level is free. You can choose the additional settings like show the website link. There's awesome things here that you can turn on or off for each membership level. For search visibility, let me talk a little about these options here. So search results priority. Let's say someone's doing a search for a plumber, as an example. If there's a plumber who has a search results priority of 1 and another one with 3, maybe your premium member is 1, the lower numbers are going to show first. So number 1 is going to show before number 3. So based on the membership level, you can choose who's going to show first in the search results. The category limit are the specialties your members can select. So maybe it's a law firm and they do immigration, tax, business, personal injury. You can let them choose how many categories or services they offer. So the lower membership, your lower membership levels, you can only allow them to choose 1 or 2 categories. But someone who's a higher paying member on your website, you can allow them to choose more categories. And the more categories a member is in, the more visibility they'll receive in your directory website. There's a lot more options here, like allowing your members to choose additional locations. If the listing is even searchable on the website, sometimes you want profiles, but you don't want them to be searchable. For example, general users, people who are just registering for your newsletter, you don't want them to be searchable in the business directory, so you would set this to no. And then this is for Google. You can choose not to index certain membership levels. I'm sorry, this one is for their web links, like links to their website. If you don't want to provide a backlink to their website and social media pages, you can add no follow. This is more for the developers out there. You can add no follow to their web links. And then this is the one that hides them from search engines. It's going to add no index, no follow, for those of you who know what that is, to the member's profile page. So the profile pages won't get indexed in search engines. And then the ability to accept or delete reviews. And this one is one of the newer ones, which is totally awesome, everyone. In this section, you can choose which members can search for other membership levels. I'll give you an example. Let's say you have a company directory. You have executives, managers, and employees. Perhaps you don't want the employees to be able to search executives, or you don't want the managers to be able to search executives, but you want executives to be able to search, the employees and the managers. So this gives you a lot of control, or you want to force people to join before they can search the directory. So maybe you have to be a general user in order to search featured members and premium members. So this gives you a lot more control with creating privacy for your directory and who can search who, basically which members can search other members. So this is a little bit new here. There is a question link here. You can get more information. Not everyone needs to use this, but it's a nice touch to add a few privacy settings and making your website a little bit more exclusive. So
that's great.
A little bit of the tangent there related to the reviews, but this is good to cover for everyone so they know what the search visibility options are. All right. Thanks, Lewis.
You bet. I don't know if there's a follow-up quick thing that people may really want, because this is something that people may be interested in. You have a field within your emails that you use, and all the fields are associated with existing form data. I was wondering if you have any specific form data to the pages for each member. So if I had a page, it has a unique URL. So could I identify that within, say, an email, that unique qualifier or field, or is that's not a current feature?
I'm not following exactly what you're saying there.
So if you go, yeah, like if you go to like that URL, hrbusinessdirectory.com, San Francisco /HR Tech Startups /155. Like okay. if I were to say, you know, that contact list would be, and there was like a field for that, a percentage, and then something in between percentage, you know, how could I specify that for all of my listings, like without having to, yeah, exactly.
So in an email?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Yep.
So for your members, like if you wanted to say, hey, here's a link to your listing in an email template, I believe, that's a good question actually. So in the email templates, let me just create a new email template real quick. So if you wanted to, I believe if you wanted to make a link, what you can do is you could take your website / and I believe if you did file name or with three of these, let me just check it out here. Yeah, here it is, file name. And if you wrote an email saying, hey, your profile looks great, here's a link to your profile, and you sent that to a specific member in an email template, and you linked it.
Let me look at this for a second.
I'm gonna share this link in the chat here. So okay. I'm just gonna change this to yourwebsite.com. And if they click this link in their email, it'll replace the % file name with San Francisco / HR Tech Stars. So it'll take them directly to their listing.
Wow, that's incredible. That's awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, you can check here. There are some, I guess we call them merge fields. If you look in the side, here's some email variables, and here's the member variables you can use, like first name, last name, email, company, and you just use these. So you can say hi first name when you're creating an email, and it'll say like hi John for the specific member it's going to.
Yep.
So just a few. Actually, there's a bunch of them here, and then there's some website variables. So if you want to, your website name or your website URL, I mean, you're going to be doing it for your own website, so you can just hard code it. You don't need to use the variable. But let me put this in the chat here. This is link to member profile in email template. Yeah,
that file name is really valuable because if it takes from that existing user's actual website, that's the most important, because I did look at those existing percentage and I didn't know what file name meant. Now I do know what it means. So thank you. That's all. Yeah, thanks for answering my questions. I appreciate it.
My pleasure. Good questions there. All right. Susie, I've unmuted your microphone. You with us, Susie?
Yes.
How are you today?
Doing okay.
All right. Thanks for joining us today. Where are you calling in from?
I'm suburban Chicago, Aurora.
Okay, great. What's your question for us today?
Okay, well, let's see. I think I inadvertently at one point must have deleted my admin blog contributor
account. Okay.
Account, and that because of that, my blog articles
were deleted.
Now I went back and was able to add myself as an admin blog again.
Okay.
Under Celebrate Potential, which is the website. But I found, because I had to, I guess, do a profile, I had to put myself in, added as a member under the Child Care Center category, and I'm.
That's okay, because you're an admin blog contributor. That listing is not searchable on the website. So that was that setting that I showed a minute ago.
So it doesn't matter. Okay, great.
Right. The admin contributors are not searchable in the business directory, just like the general users. So you don't have to worry about that listing being found by the website visitors.
Okay, that really answers my question there, I guess.
Let me also mention, because so it's basically what's happened is Susie accidentally deleted something from her website, and it does happen. What I would recommend, Susie, is if you don't have it, the VIP add-ons club, I would recommend the daily website backups add-on. And what this provides you with is 14 days worth of ready-to-use backups. And if you just need like your blog post restored or members restored, you can email the support team and let them know what part of your site you need restored, and they'll be able to do that up to 14 days from. They'll have 14 individual backups of your website the last 14 days.
Okay. I think I'm not sure. I think last month when I did a review, I was supposed to maybe get 50 points for that review or $50, and I don't know if that's on my account.
Yeah, just email if
like that. Allow me to put this add-on.
Yeah, you can definitely apply those credits towards the add-on, absolutely. And what I think of that is the daily website backups is more like an insurance policy for your website. For someone like you who's adding a lot of content, and a lot of people who may have staff working on their website, the daily website backups for 14 days is more like an insurance policy and a safety net. I know it doesn't sound very exciting, but in cases like the example you just shared where you accidentally deleted something and you had to manually add everything back, our team could have restored up to 14 days for you, no problem.
Okay.
All right. All right. Thank you for the question, Susie. Thanks for joining from Chicago.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. You're welcome. Okay, good question there from Susie. Sometimes that does happen. You accidentally change or delete something on your site. All of a sudden it's not working. You can email our team to help you, but if something needs to be restored, having the 14 days worth of backups, here I'll share a link with everyone here in the chat so you can read more about that. And that is included in the VIP add-ons club where you get all our add-ons for one low monthly payment. All right, let's continue with the questions. For those of you who joined a little late, we are having a flash sale for 4 hours. You can use the code STAR40 anywhere on the Brilliant Directories website. That'll give you 40% off any purchase, including any of the add-ons we mentioned or the VIP add-ons club or website purchases. So that'll be good for 4 hours after the webinar. And also for those who joined a little late, the contest of the week, you can go to Twitter now if you want. Just take a second, go to twitter.com/brilliantdirect, and all you have to do is like and retweet the most recent post you see there, and we'll choose a random winner in the next webinar to win a free Power Website Plan. That's a $1,500 value. All right. Let's see here. Okay, we got a little more time here. We can take a couple more questions. Gage, are you there with us? I see you have your hand up.
Yes. Hi, guys. How you doing?
Good, good. Where are you calling in from?
Calling in from Southern California.
Okay, I'm in Los Angeles. Where are you located?
Temecula area.
Okay, awesome. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes.
Okay, great. What's your question for us today?
Yeah. When I go to your website, you have a beautiful page where you can order things, and the sidebars have just a simple little image maybe, or just some checkpoints. And I haven't been able to find any templates that are already created that way on the sidebars that we can use. Did you guys customize those? Yeah, just like that on the sidebar.
Let's add it to your site together.
Oh, wonderful.
What's your site ID? I mean, what's your site name?
It's citybyapp.com.
Awesome. I feel bad we lost Patrick there earlier, but it's okay. All right, so let me go to your sidebars first, and we're going to create a sidebar. Let's see. I see you created a sidebar called Checkout Benefits. Okay, let's go there. And you don't have any widgets in here, so we're going to create a widget together. So I'll go to Toolbox Widget Manager, and we're going to create a new widget. And I'm going to call this Checkout Benefits, same thing. So just recently, in case a lot of people don't know, is a couple months ago we added the ability to add a sidebar to your checkout pages. You can throw it left or right. Before, the checkout was just centered right on the page. But you can basically create your own, I guess, confidence boosters is what we would call them. You can add your own confidence boosters on the sidebar. And we've done a few on the Brilliant Directories website. And I'll just kind of copy this for you and let you add it to your site. So I'm just going to copy these modules here.
Yeah, those 3 modules are perfect. You know, we'd love to add those.
Okay, great. So let's see here. Let's copy all this. I'm going to do a little coding stuff here. Okay, I'll take some of this CSS here. I'll put that in the CSS tab. And I can get rid of this. And this. Now this is just a copy of what we have on the Brilliant Directories site, but I just want to get it working on your site. And then you can come in here and change it up. So yeah, you have 3 div modules if you're little. This is the secure checkout image. This is the checklist here, you know, these different bullet points, and then this is the testimonial here. So you got 3 modules. I'll put an extra space between them.
Great.
And let's save this. Now that we've created the widget with code in it, we want to throw that widget into the sidebar we created. So let's go back to your sidebars here, and I'll refresh the page. And I think we called it checkout benefits right here. And I'll save the changes. So now that code is in this sidebar. Now the last step is we need to tell the system that we want to use the checkout benefits sidebar on one of your checkout pages. So let's go to your finance tab under manage products. I see you have the coupon codes too, that's good. And so you have 18 products. Is there one specific membership level that you'd like to add this to right now?
Yeah, it's just, you could do it on the startup. It's at the bottom, I believe.
All right, we can filter here. There we go. There's a little quick filter here. So we're going to edit this product, this membership level. And this is where we added it. So sign up page sidebar, right now it's set to no. And we're going to, these are all the different sidebars on your website. You obviously don't want your member profile page sidebar. We're going to choose checkout benefits. And then do you want it left or right?
Right.
We have it on the right, okay. So we'll save the changes. And this is where everyone crosses their fingers. And we're going to go to the sign up page itself.
There it is.
And here is the sidebar.
Perfect.
On your site. There's some color. This is an image here, so that it has a white background. It's not sitting well on your gray background, but the concept is here where you can you know, add the sidebar to your page.
Did you also copy the code, the exact same code, over to the CSS side too? I can't recall what you did there. I'm just taking go back to that.
Yeah, it should be here, but there are some differences. Let's check out why. See, this is on the left side here. Let me see if you
watched to the other side. I see. Okay.
Let's find out why. Okay, good. So you have SSL here, which will make my life a little easier. Let's check out why that's there. Not only that, but you see that the boxes line up. I think that's something we customized on the Brilliant Directories website. We put the title on the outside. But let me just finish that up for you here. So let me do show widgets. And I'm going to customize this widget here. So yeah, we did customize that on the BD site. Okay, let's see here. That's complicated code. Let's move this outside. Give me one moment. Let me just try it here. This is the title of your page here. So let's see. Okay, and let's make it text left. I think that should do. See, now they're lined up here because the title is on the outside.
Nice.
Let me just get the, I want to get this left aligned for you. There we go.
Nice.
It's a lot nicer. The title's on the outside. The sidebar and the main body content will line up properly. You have your promo code here. It's looking good.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
All right, great question there. Thank you so much. Good question there on how to get a sidebar. You can put whatever you want in the sidebar. You don't have to use our code. Jacqueline, Jacqueline, are you with us there? Saw your hand raised. Oh, you there? All right, great. How you doing, Jacqueline?
I'm good. So I
Where are you
have
calling
a
in
little.
from?
Oh, I'm from Atlanta, Georgia.
Okay, great. What's the question for us today?
The footer on our page it's off. It's slightly to the left, and there's plenty of room to the right. You know the footer menu?
I know exactly what you're talking about. Could we take a look at your site so I can try to fix that for you?
Yes, please. And if I try to put a fourth item in, it wraps.
I know why. It's part of the Bootstrap theme functionality. So what's the name of your site, Jacqueline?
myexpousa.com.
Okay. All right, let's check out your site.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like your color scheme. That's really nice.
Yeah.
Okay, I just want to point out something. Good use of images on your homepage. You guys can notice that the subject of the image is on the other side of the search box. You might have it on the left or right. And I see you're using some stock photos. That's okay. I'm sure you'll replace them soon without the watermarks. But this is really good because behind the search box, you don't want faces and things like that because it looks like you're missing something, but you've done a really good job here. And then on mobile, it'll look really well as also. It'll keep the people on the right, and we have this bar here, but you did a really good job with your images here. Smiley faces, represents who your users are. Good job. All right, let's check out your footer.
So I wanted a fourth one, but every time I put it in, it wraps.
Okay, so so you have your disclaimer, and then you have 1, 2, 3, and you want a fourth one here.
Correct.
All right. So this is because of Bootstrap. Bootstrap works on a 12-column system. This is probably might be too much information for most people, but I'm going to look at the code here, and you can see that this disclaimer thing is 5 columns.
Right.
Then the next one is 2 columns, so we're at 7. Then the next one is 2 columns, so we're at 9. And then the next one is 2 columns, so we're at 11. So we have one more column to give. What we can do is, let's see if we make this one column. So what we can do is make this one maybe 8, or let's make it 6. And then these we can make 1 each. Because I don't think they need to be 2. Oh, that one might want to be 2. And then we could add a fourth one. I'm just going to copy this just as an. And then you could have, for example, a fourth one there. So let me do that for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to your toolbox, your menu manager, that's the footer menu.
I deleted the fourth one because I couldn't figure it out.
That's okay. What I'll do is I'll clone your support one.
Okay.
So, and it'll clone all the links underneath it as well, but at least we'll be able to visualize what it looks like with a fourth one there. So this is a new feature we added, clone menu. And as we know, the support tab has some sub-menus underneath it, children links. And this is the parent link, is the support one. So you can use the clone menu item. And this is really good when you're setting up your membership levels. If you kind of want to create multiple membership levels without individually, adding a new link, you could just clone all sub-levels. And it'll add that there. So now what we want to do is, I guess we can, let's see what the best, we're basically doing math here. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, you have 5 sections, the disclaimer and then these 4. If these were each 2, that's 2, 4, 6, 8, and make this 4. But when this is 4, it's too skinny. So if we look at this one here, that's too skinny, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Is
let's
it
do
on 12
6.
or is it on 16 columns? Why did I think it was 16 columns?
It's 12 columns. So we'll do, and we'll do this one as 1 because it doesn't need to be as wide.
Oh.
It looks like,
That's
okay.
weird.
It looks like the only one that needs to be longer is this support one, because it has longer names. So we'll make this one 1. We'll change this. This is saying column medium screen size 1, basically, for those of you wondering. And then the support one will make 2. And let me shorten these links here. Or actually, this will be, let me just call this, I'll call this support 2. Let's just save those changes. Okay, and then what I'll do is we'll move the longer one as the last one so it doesn't look like there's space or too much space. So I'm just going to move this one right here. Let's see. About search. Okay, I see. This. So this one will make 1. There we go. And then this one will be 2. And then let's just shorten these. I'll just put link here. Call it new section. Let's save the changes. There you go. So the new section title is going on another line. But you can play with it, and you can just click on edit and change the columns, basically between 1 and that'll give you a better balance over your footer there. But it's also going to ensure that it looks good on mobile devices as well. That's why those columns are so important, not expensive. So important is because it helps know how to size things on tablets and mobile devices.
All right. Okay. I do appreciate it. Thank you. Yeah. Yeah, that's great.
You're very welcome. All right, great question. A little bit going into the coding there, learning a little bit about Bootstrap, but these days it's very important to learn coding. It really empowers you to make edits on your website yourself. So, the design settings give you a lot of functionality, and the menu manager as well. But it's always good to just educate yourself and better yourself as much as you can to make, changes like these on your website. If we didn't get to your question today, please join our LinkedIn marketing group. It's 100% free. You can go to brilliantdirectories.com/LinkedIn LinkedIn. And if you have questions that didn't get answered today, you can ask them there, start a discussion. Myself and other directory owners, part of the group, will be happy to answer your questions and contribute. If you haven't done the contest of the week, go and take 5 seconds and do it right now. You can go to our Twitter page, twitter.com/BrilliantDirect. Retweet the top post we have there, and you'll automatically be entered to win a free Power website. That's a $1,500 value. And for those of you who need add-ons, new websites, for 4 hours from now, you can use the promo code STAR40, and you'll receive 40% off any purchase on the directory, on the Brilliant Directories website. You can use that as many times as you want for the next 4 hours. SSL certificates, the featured blog article slider add-on. My favorite is the VIP add-ons club, or additional websites. I hope to catch you in next week's webinar. I'll send an email with a link to register for the next webinar. It's actually in 2 weeks, and that'll be at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We're going to try to alternate the times between 10 a.m. Pacific and 4 p.m. Pacific. That'll give our friends in Europe and Australia alternating times to be able to join in on the webinars. So thanks for joining us today. Have an awesome rest of your week. And if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the LinkedIn marketing group or save them for next week's, for the next webinar that we have. Have a great day, guys. Bye-bye.